Christian Academy of Western New York opened in September 1993 as Victory Christian Academy. Jehovah Jireh, our God and Heavenly Father, has blessed the Academy with His grace upon grace. Enjoy a look into our journey as we celebrate 25 years in education. November 1991, the first Academy meeting was held at Victory Christian Center. Pastor Ron Friedersdorf shared his vision. He invited several private and public school educators to help develop the school. They met monthly for 2 years, and several were among the Academy's first hires. Dr. Graustein from the Association of Christian Schools International assisted and held a community meeting on the benefits of Christian education. The executive committee, formed in 1992, was involved in the final stages of planning. The complete proposal was presented in November of 1992. Prior to the school opening, the staff were prayed for at Victory Christian Church. The ribbon cutting was September 3, 1993, and the doors were opened. The facility had 7 classrooms, a cafeteria, kitchen, and auditorium. 100 students enrolled. We also housed Little Lambs Preschool, which is still in operation. Their current director is an Academy graduate. Our first staff. You may recognize some faces that are still with us. All students had memberships at the YMCA, where we held gym and swim classes. Highlights from this first year included Gideon's Financial Prayer Support Group, student government elections, our first yearbook, and the National Day of Prayer at City Hall in Lockport. The first 8th grade class at their graduation ceremony. The bald eagle was selected as the school mascot with a verse from Isaiah 40:31. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. The second year of the Academy, enrollment increased to 145 students. The new high school wing opened. Grades 9 and 10 added, along with student chapel and prayer teams. Extracurricular sports programs began, which included football, boys and girls basketball, cheerleading and volleyball. A hot lunch program was also added. Events from 94 and 95 included our attendance at Houghton's College Academic Day, the National Day of Prayer, again at City Hall, and our tour through a giant earthworm's digestive tract. Our teachers spent a week studying at Bob Jones University in South Carolina. The Academy awarded its first high school diploma to homeschool student Janella Sullivan. The following year, 200 students enrolled. Additional teachers were hired. Can you find Mrs. Smith? This was her first year with the Academy. Grades 11 and 12 completed the high school. The resource department was added, and we received state registration from the Board of Regents. A co-ed softball team began, and the girls and boys basketball teams continued, along with cheerleading and cross country. The football team finished in first place, volleyball in third. Students collected, traveled, and helped this year. 5th and 6th grades went to Albany for the National Day of Prayer. The mime team was created, and Auction 96 was a success. The Academy Band had their first performance. Drama team performed the last second. The Academy's first graduating senior class, June 1996. The Academy continued to grow and retain students. PEP scores for Academy students were consistently in the top 80% for math and science. Faculty and staff yearbook pictures. The cheerleaders with our Eagle mascot and the Victory Band. Girls basketball came in second place. Boys basketball took third. Football team was second this season. Highlights included a high school retreat at Camp Lilolai and dual enrollment with BOCES, which opened up new opportunities for students. This year also brought the addition of the National Honor Society. The class of 1997. Patricia on the right is now Cawny's high school math teacher. The 5th year of the Academy. We started enrolling foreign students and also began the process to be able to write visas for international students. Our faculty and staff. Both boys and girls basketball teams worked to develop their skills, as did the cheerleaders and volleyball players. The football team placed first in the league with Mrs. Peller hiding from the snow. Activities included Make a Difference Day, leadership training for student council, and the mime team traveling to Tennessee. The band and a photo op with Mr. Salvatore's Rolls Royce. The class of 1998. Moving forward, another current teacher started this year. Can you find her? This was Miss Angard's first year on the staff. Sports continued with boys basketball and the Lady Eagles, volleyball and swim. 3 students were baptized during the high school retreat. TV production team VNN News began. Festivals, banquets, and competitions were held. The class of 1999. A family fellowship night was held. Seniors had a dinner at the Skyline Tower in Niagara Falls. Field trips, activities, and fun rounded out the year, along with a pie-throwing fundraiser. They survived Y2K, the class of 2000. Time marches on. Sports teams continue to grow, along with school spirit. Girls basketball placed 3rd in the league and volleyball placed 2nd. Noah's Ark was even built on stage. This year had competitions, festivals, and more. Students had fun while learning and growing. The class of 2001. The Academy was awarded Best Display at the Community Expo. The yearbook was dedicated to the victims of 9/11. The last class under the name Victory Christian Academy. The class of 2002. A new name. Cawny was granted tax-exempt status and was approved to issue student exchange visas. The New York State Board of Regents Charter allows for all Cawny graduates to earn a Regents diploma. Girls football and basketball teams and boys football all take 2nd place in the league. The swim team was presented with the Team Spirit Award in the Niagara Catholic League. Another full year of activities. Staff went to Beaver Hollow for a 2-day conference. The yearbook was dedicated to Mr. Krolik. A school business, the Cawny Consignment Shop, opened for business. Students created science fair and graphic arts projects. The class of 2003. Lady Eagles basketball won the league championship. Another year of trips, performances, and competitions. One student spent 6 months on mission in India. The class of 2004. Cawny football was undefeated in the regular season. Mrs. Watkins named Educator of the Week by Channel 2 News. Several clubs were added. Students and Mrs. Peller performed at the Palace Theater. The yearbook was dedicated to Mr. Peller, a man of many talents. the Higher Standards Flag Team in the National Honor Society. The Class of 2005. The first Joshua Awards were given to students who attended the Academy from K through 12th. Graduation had a messy surprise when Evangelist Hopper chopped the watermelon in half and tossed it into the audience. Another school business opens, Eagle Enterprises, a graphic arts shop with 4-color screen printing capabilities. Music, costumes, and creativity were plentiful. The Class of 2006. Cawny's flag team marched in a Memorial Day parade. The yearbook was dedicated to the men and women serving in the United States Armed Forces. The Class of 2007. The entire school attended Legislative Day in Albany. The yearbook was dedicated to Mrs. Mannion. The Class of 2008. Boys basketball finished second in the league. We began selecting a Bible verse to guide us through each school year. Retreats, musicals, field trips, competitions, celebrations rounded out the calendar. Bowling with blindfolds to experience vision impairment. Open house to showcase our projects. The Class of 2009. 2009 opened the doors for our move to North Tonawanda. New school year begins. Mr. Evans joins the staff. Boys basketball won the championship and played at the state level this season. The yearbook was dedicated to Dr. and Mrs. Matlock. The Class of 2010. More familiar faces joined the Cawny team. This year was filled with trips, banquets, new clubs, and more. International students from 10 nations joined us. Miss Cirillo got married. The Class of 2011. Both basketball and football finished the regular season in second place. A ministry fair, founded by Mrs. Hacker, was attended by over 35 ministries. Students' art was displayed at Albright Knox. Cawny members joined the show, The Glory of Christmas by Lion and Lamb Productions. There was fun throughout the year and helping others too. Fight the Good Fight with Baby Joe Macy as our banquet guest speaker. Green Eggs and Ham with the little ones and Cawny Spirit for All. Many of these cute faces are still here. The Class of 2012. The Academy's 20th year. We co-hosted the first ever North Tonawanda Fall Festival with the NT Youth Department. Mr. Hacker and Mr. Evans held an after-school geography club. The best Christmas pageant ever, directed by Mrs. Delp and Mrs. Elias. Making Joyful Noise Under the Lord with Mr. Tripp. The Class of 2013. On the move again, down the road, and around the corner. The class of 2014. Another full year of activities and learning. International students came from 8 countries. The yearbook was dedicated to Mr. Tripp. Fun, fun, and more fun. Music and art, expressing creativity. The class of 2015. Learning through fun. The yearbook was dedicated to Mr. Caesar, and he gets married. The class of 2016. The class of 2017. This is the Academy's 25th year. Mr. Rossman joined our staff as the high school principal, and we look forward to what God has planned for our future. The class of 2018. Through the years, several alumni have gotten married. We look ahead to our future and we see Emmanuel, God is with us. Jehovah Jireh, our provider. He goes before us into the next chapter. Thank you to each individual who has walked this path with us, whether it be for a moment, a year, a decade, or more. The future of Christian Academy is bright and exciting. The future is with the children who will walk through these doors, who will grow in the Lord, who will go forth and be a light unto this world. God has blessed Cawny for these 25 years with His grace upon grace. To Him be the glory. Thank you for joining us on our journey thus far, and please consider how you can help equip Christian Academy of Western New York for the next generation.